What's up, Internet? I want to talk about amethyst, since I was telling you about my dream I had last night. I had a bunch of dreams last night. Number one, the monsoons bringing giant fish. Yeah, the monsoon had made a river, and there were these, titanic fish. Really, really, really big. Um, and then I had a dream that it was a girl who looked like my ex, but she was different. And she gave me, she made, the potion for me, and it was all purple, right? I had just mentioned that I had this amethyst story. So, amethyst was my favorite crystal as a kid. Amethyst is really interesting. Aliens told me that iron is a lot better than you think it is. Um, and what happens is the quartz crystal forms, and in its molecular structure, one of its silica atoms is replaced with iron, right? And then what happens is it gets irradiated. It catches radiation. And so if you just have quartz with iron, that's not enough to make amethyst. It also has to capture radiation. And it does this really interesting thing where it grows into its inside. It's like always has an open space, and it grows around it, right? So, I think gold and diamonds are probably overvalued due to political social situations. And so, I think these semi-precious gemstones are really a catch if you can get them. They're worth a lot. It's just we're such a small society, we don't really know it yet, but eventually it'll be like the last amethyst, right? Um, but yeah, I had this experience where my amethyst bracelet broke. The first one I ever owned, my amethyst bracelet broke, and that very next day I got robbed. Right, this dude came up offering to clean my car. I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. And he made off with some of my valuables. Stupid me. It's too good to be to be true. But he just didn't look like it. He was like a tall dude with blue eyes, and he was really nice and charming. And I was like, no way, this guy's so nice, right? But he was yeah, he was. But anyway, I feel like the bracelet breaking had something to do with it. And so I ordered these two big chunky. This was years ago, right? And so I ordered these two big chunky amethyst bracelets, and they got lost in the mail. It's an Amazon locker, and it's from Amazon. Amazon always delivers to Amazon lockers. They never fuck that up. And this time they couldn't do it. They tried 5 times. They're like, we cannot deliver to this locker. And so as soon as that happened, I knew it was something paranormal. I was like, I should do something about that. And I drove to the nearest crystal store in physical, and I bought an amethyst bracelet. And that day when I went to fill up at the pump, 3 people approached me at once, right? I hadn't had people approach me in years, right? Nobody had come up and started a conversation with me in years. It was just it wasn't a span of luck. It was more than that. I got what amethyst does is it does psychic protection. I think amethyst may also be a symbol of true love, because it the outside is rough and the inside all grows together. It's very interesting. Yeah, the fact that it's a quartz with an iron additive that's been irradiated, right? That's the secret, is it has to have captured. There's people who, of course, some animals get irradiation. Of course, they grow 2 heads. Other animals get irradiation and they get really strong, or they do that. Superpowers through radiation isn't just a myth; it's also possible. Um, there's people like Ouchie, who got radiation and died. I think the treatment killed him. And there's this other guy who had many times a lethal dose of radiation, and he had a full life. It never affected him. So I think it depends on your alignment and how lucky you are, if it does something to you or not. But yeah, so some radiation is good, and amethyst is definitely interesting. Um, it's not. I don't know much about rose quartz itself, but I've never had any luck with rose quartz or really quartz. But amethyst is crazy. It's irradiated iron quartz. It's unique. Really, really, really purple. It might also be an evil stone, because it's how evil is really selfish. So it'd be like, imagine like Emperor Palpatine. He's ugly as fuck on the outside. But to the inside, to him, he knows all his plans and his power and all that stuff. He knows the Force. So on the inside, he's probably actually magnificent. Right. So it could be a stone of true love, could be a stone of evil. But anyway, yeah, I had a dream last night. My ex made me, it was like, it was supposed to be a drink, tasted like wine, but it had like, it literally, the components were purple and white, right? And I drank it. And today I go to I go to this Walmart, and there's like 10 girls in there I would like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes every once in a while I see a chick I think is fine, and I'm like, oh, I'd like her. This time it was like every single one, over and over and over. And it was like just this like smattering of luck. And I think it was because of the amethyst. I think it was because whatever entity was attacking me and making me unlucky had been like stopped. Not with obsidian, not with tiger's eye, not even with malachite. I used to wear, not malachite, I used to wear moldavite, right? Not even with moldavite. Not with rose quartz, not with halite, amethyst. Yeah, amethyst did it. It was the dream of the purple drink, and then it was like all over what I wanted was there. And then someone came up to me too. Someone was standing behind my car, and he goes, "Oh, Arizona is my license plate." He's like, "Arizona, nice." And I'm like, no one's initiated a conversation with me in years, and now it's like over and over and over, right? Ever since this bracelet goes on. So I have amethyst, like I have amethyst here, you know, I have amethyst in, a jar near my bed, but it's not the same as if it's touching you when you sleep. That's the key, is it has to be touching you. It can't just be like on your table. It has to be like physically touching your skin, equipped. You know what I mean? It's like all your items in your inventory don't do anything. You could have a bag full of rings and you don't get any bonuses, but you've put one on. That's when you get a bonus. So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. So yeah, it's definitely lucky. So anyway, I have a lot more. I'm going to try again with that like online bead delivery. And I have, these are 4mm, and then I have a reinforced, like really tough string. It can hold 20 kilograms. This little like bracelet string can hold 20 kilograms without breaking, which is like a lot of weight. Yeah, and I have upgraded to the 8mm, so I have like 158mm beads coming, which is more than I need, but I want to like select my favorites. And I'm gonna like string a new one, restring my old one. I have some cool stuff, like I have these like mini selenites and stuff that would be interesting to put in there. But yeah, so I do gotta rush home to pick those up. I can't be there tomorrow because I'll be too soon. Yeah, it's gonna take me like 14 hours to get back, which I did save some time. It was 20 hours, and where I drove today, it's like I got a little closer to home. Yeah, I'm on this hill right now. I've got this laser. I'm kind of like tempted to do a laser show for them tonight. Just like spook them, spook the town. It's kind of fun. I feel like I don't know what's happening when people show up. What do you mean? That's so weird. Lying. Yeah. The truth is an interesting subject. So anyway, yeah, I think it was like, I was going to buy more. I was like, well, since I'm doing amethyst, I may as well get a bunch of other ones. And I decided not to, because I'm just like, I want to really like wear out an amethyst. Maybe even wear only amethyst. It does psychic protection, like, am I getting physically assaulted? Almost never. Never getting bitten, never stubbing my toes, never getting in car accidents. You know what I mean? So maybe it's like, yeah, maybe the obsidian has done its job. But I didn't notice like a big like change in what I was getting as a manifestation until amethyst. Amethyst was like, even even wearing magnets, right? Putting like an affirmation paper with a magnet in my hair. None of that really changed or did anything, but it was like amethyst opened the door up. So it was like the thing that amethyst does is like psychic protection. So it's interesting. It's like that was my problem. It was that I was being attacked and I couldn't see it. It explains the dreams. The dreams were like really, really stressful for years, like horribly stressful. And it's like I just accepted that as normal. It really probably started when I was a kid, right? So it's like owning an amethyst. I miss my old amethyst. I remember the pieces of amethyst I have, just like they're still right in front of me. You know, it's probably my dad has thrown them out by now, but I really remember them. And yeah, but yeah, I mean, the ground is so huge and there's so much stuff and the land is so big. But one day, you know, even things like a natural raw amethyst will be like seen as precious. It's like, wow, you have an original geode, right? It's pretty cool. We're 8 billion strong. I mean, I just drove through one of the least sparsely populated areas of all time. Like the area just like from mid Oregon to East Oregon, there is nothing there. Especially if you drive through like the middle. Yeah, it's so freaking, there's nothing there. Probably passed by 200 people tops. You know what I mean? Like really, really nobody. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. I hope my engine does good getting me home on time. I think it will. There hasn't been like any signs of any problem. The AC runs good, stuff like that. But yeah, I did want to share that about amethyst. That I had like, you know, if one of my amethyst bracelets break, of course I'm gonna be on the lookout. It's like, what's going on? But having it back, it was so interesting. I had like a purple and white drink, right? And then I show up at this place, and there's like, you know, just girl after girl after girl I would find cute that I would like, you know, would want to talk to. And it was just like, even one of their dads was like talking about my car. I was like, this is crazy. So, yeah. It's more than a coincidence. It's like wearing it protected me from something. I don't think it's manifestation. I don't think it's like there's that addiction removal. Amethyst allegedly can help like with addiction or calm anxiety. Amethyst calms, but it's also like it does psychic protection. So it's like something in the astral plane, some like demon someone hired or something, the devil himself. Something had it out for me, and it was manifesting in bad luck or no luck. A type of bad luck is no luck. You show up and no one says hi to you at all. Over and over. It's a little weird. It's like they would love it if you took it personal, but it's like it's more than that. So yeah, that amethyst. Anyway, I'm doubling up. I got a few different sources of 8mm beads, and then I have a super reinforced string, and I'm gonna make a big one. And yeah, hopefully that's the one. So yeah, I definitely have more beads than I need, but it's gonna be like I'll be able to pick my favorites. And then I'll be able to also like, the cool thing with a braided bracelet is if you wear it for a long time, you can break it and break up the beads into like different organites. Like one of my favorites is to make like multiple organites. And then like anytime you visit someplace like a landmark, you can either bury it or leave it or even shoot it with a slingshot. Yeah. You know, throw it in a lake or something like that. So that way it's like, it's not quite doing a Horcrux, but it's like, it's putting your energy out there everywhere. Copies of you. So it was funny. Harry Potter was the 7th Horcrux. That's pretty funny. Yeah. Nothing else to say about that. It was an interesting synchronicity that it was like the drink I had was the color amethyst. And it was just like, it didn't feel like I was doing it. It felt like it was being done for me. So yeah, whatever negative entity, whatever like witch power or, you know, evil of the devil, whatever was trying to cause me problems has been stopped. And it wasn't like prayer didn't work. The creator didn't do it. Angels didn't do it. What did it was physically touching amethyst. That was the difference. So yeah, I'm definitely going to collect it, get more of it. And it didn't work in like an organite. It didn't work in a jar. It worked when it was on my body, right? I had to be wearing it, touching it. It was on my wrist. So maybe the fact it's tight is like a benefit, right? The next time I put it on, I need to make sure the next one is pretty snug too. Yeah, upgrading the cable from 5mm to 8mm, 0.8, 0.5 to 0.8. So anyway, that's my story. That I'll be picking up in 2 days. I gotta try to get home by then. Planning on breaking up this return journey into 2 days. And I was going to stay up here a while, but there's really not good camping up here. It's pretty crazy. It's like, I don't mind camping next to other people, but obviously I'm loud, you know what I mean? I want to do what I want to do. I'm not interested in, always being heard or whatever. So, but yeah. Yep, I've had amethyst for a while. I always include it in stuff, and it didn't mean anything. What meant something was having it on my body, touching me. Yeah, and the dream was a white and purple concoction. It's like a drink. I'm saying it's like a love potion. I guess it was, but it was like you had it in a dream, right? I'm not listening to affirmations or anything either. It's like it cleared my aura. Whatever problem I had, whatever unknown issue has been nullified. So, yeah, eventually I'll move to like other types, but I'm gonna work with this one type for a while, see what it does. Yeah, it's not bad. It's interesting. Like that definitely makes me feel like wealth. You know, there's some things in life that are always cute. Like there's this family near me; they're all adorable. I was watching these chipmunks chase each other around, and I saw them kiss. These two chipmunks on a rock. Yeah, they had like their little moment. It was adorable. But yeah. Anyway, I left a big old block of cheese at my old site for the animals. The ants never made an ant hill near where I was, but they made ant hills near where I walked. So there's like 20 of them. So I figured they were like begging. Their version of begging is to go where I go and then make like a ton, like a big pile, like we're hungry. You know what I mean? So yeah, I left them a huge block of cheese, like a pound. Yeah. It's not as good as an animal carcass, obviously, but it's going to be probably the best things I've ever found. Yeah, they're funny. Little scavengers. This cosmos is so big. You know, there's like a microbiological level, then there's like an ant level, then there's our level, then there's like the level of the whales, and then there's planets that are probably way bigger than us that probably support life. We may be fly-sized to other things, right? So, yeah, cosmos is so huge. Only the creator of everything could possibly sustain it. Nothing else would be as powerful enough to do that. But anyway, yeah, definitely amethyst is unique. An iron infused quartz that's been irradiated, like it cools next to a source of radiation, like some like really powerful uh, heavy matter has to be radioactive near it, and then like thorium or plutonium or something like that, and then it can become amethyst. So it almost sounds evil. It kind of looks evil how it's like craggy on the outside and like it's all focused inside, but it does seem to work. I've tried every other stone: rose quartz, obsidian, all that stuff. The amethyst bracelet broke. That was the sign. And the dude fucking stole my shit. He didn't steal everything I had, but he stole like some of the nice things I wanted. And I was like, where'd this stuff go? That guy. He helped me take this trash out, and then it's like this stuff goes missing. I'm like, duh. So, yeah. Sucks, but oh well. Yeah, and this kid was like, I ran into these two rich kids. Like one of them was like a race car pro. That was his shirt. He had the giant truck, and he was pulling this huge ass trailer, and you could tell it was really heavy. And he's like race car pro. Looked like a young kid, probably like 23. I'm 38 for reference. And then the next place I went, there was another like really rich looking kid. He was like wearing a fuzzy suit. It's like, I'll say this area. I was in Bend, Oregon. That's where I was before. And now I'm in an area now. I need to not say where I am until I leave because people have found me before. It's never gone bad, but it has been awkward. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? So, yeah. But this place has like a really strong, like blonde energy and kind of like a secret energy too. But yeah, it's definitely out of the way. Nothing really comes through here. There's a train track, but nothing really comes through here. Yeah. There's a really nice path I could take tomorrow that I'm not going to take. It goes through the mountains. It's like driving along a river, but it's going to add an extra like 800 miles to my trip. So I'm just going to skip it and I'm going to go right back home. Because it's going to start raining soon. It's like rainy season. That's one of the things about Bend is Bend wouldn't have gotten any rain. Bend would have stayed dry as fuck. And it's like they would have had like in July, they would have had less than an inch. Right? And where I'm going, it's going to have like 2 inches of rain. So it's going to be like thunder and pouring and thunder and pouring. And I love that. It's going to be my relaxation. Yeah, I've stayed. You're only supposed to stay for 2 weeks, but I found the way around that. That they don't care is that if you move and don't leave trash, they generally don't care. If every 3 or 4 days you pick a new spot and you're not leaving it wasted, they didn't see anything. You know what I mean? Which makes sense. They're just trying to prevent people from moving in and taking up all the spots by not moving, right? You could have people move into the good spots and it's basically their residence now, right? So it's like, yeah, you have to move. But if you're like always moving, they don't really care. So, yeah. The law became unpopular because of circumcision and taxes and stuff. Like, yeah, it's one thing to like segregate dangerous people and like save lives. It's another thing to outright just be a slaver, you know, and hurt people over the rules, which is too far. And a lot of people disagree with it, myself included. There was a time in the military when I was really like stringent to the rules, and it made me really unpopular and gave me a huge fucking headache. It's really hard to make people do what the words say if you really wanna, right? They just won't. It's a lot easier to get like laissez-faire. It's like just do it right, do it in a way that works. So fucking training, military trainings. The only reason I went into the army was to look at dicks after circumcision. I had to know like what everyone was packing, and I'm glad I did because now I know. You know, it's like a lot of people get circumcised or aren't and never see anyone else naked. They never know, right? And I know, right? You can't fool me with like AI or a picture. I know, right? So, yeah, that's a different subject. But anyway, yeah, amethyst. I did have a dream. I was drinking a white and purple potion, and all of a sudden, all these like manifestations, the wealth and the like love showed up like really fast. So, yeah, better results than I'd seen in years. And the secret was really like some psychic attack. Something didn't like me, right? Rather I deserved it or not, rather it's evil or not, you know. I kind of got like a strong result when I said someone sold their soul. That basically someone sold their soul and said, whatever I will, what you should do is hurt them, right? And so I had like, it wasn't like terrible luck. I wasn't like getting pulled over all the time, you know what I mean? I wasn't getting in crashes, but the luck was like dryness. Like, where the fuck is everything I want? It's like this life is not about manifestation, you know, and it's back. Like the magic is back. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to work with amethyst for a while, and then I'm going to slowly build like, I'm really going to build like a full bead arm where it's like every new piece is something else and just use it as like my groundedness. So I don't think this one did anything. This one's like Amethyst, tiger's eye, blue tiger's eye. I don't think this one did anything, nor did this one. This one's like obsidian and clear quartz. I'm gonna like, I don't think they did anything. Nothing I noticed. So it could be like you need to start somewhere. Like the first one is like, yeah, who knows? Are all crystals equal? Is every colored rock special? You know what I mean? It's an interesting question. I think amethyst is. It's just a weird one. How it grows, where it grows, what it's made out of. It's weird. Especially since aliens said iron is better than I think it is. I said that for the longest time. It's like iron is better than you think it is. And it's like it's a special inclusion in silica that makes the amethyst possible. And it has to get irradiated. It's not quartz that's irradiated. It's quartz with iron that's irradiated. That's the secret. And that's what does it. So it's like, it's definitely interesting. Yeah, iron. And it's interesting they use like silicone for silica chips for all our computers. I'm sure maybe there's like something iron can do we don't know about yet. Like iron is like shipples, maybe. Iron is like a flotation device, maybe. Iron's definitely reactive with magnets, and iron always appears with gold. Anytime there's iron in quartz, gold is nearby. So, anyway, I've yapped enough. That's my story. Amethyst, purple and white potion. All these things I wanted showed up for the next place I went, and I had that on when I had the dream. So,